You don't want to eat this. Dragon fruit? You don't want that. Trust me, you don't want to eat dragon fruit. Just like a dog, you can't eat chocolate. It's no Java. You don't like a nail, so. Oh, I know what you want. Let me get it. Hold on. Apologies, little brother. Hold on. A little hair going on. Apologies. You like, man, you better get over you eat and I ain't getting my sugar snacks. Woo! Hey. gassy, y'all. A little bloatation going on. I ate something late at night I should not have ate. I had some vegan cream cheese on an everything bagel, and I usually don't eat after 5 o'clock. And There's a reason. So I'm gassy. I would have put some cayenne in here, but I didn't want no more spice. I've been eating spicy everything. My apologies. Let me back up. First, grand rising, or grand elevations. Everybody's pretty much up, I believe. So, it's ex-veterans talking. And I tend to believe them more than anything because some of those guys were recently departed from the military, whether it be 4 to 6 years. Even a little sooner, like a year and a half or so. And I keep telling y'all that this government is against everybody. The people in the government are, first of all, they're the worst beings on the planet. But the agencies, it cracks me up. I don't mean funny, but it cracks me up how people buy on to the screw everybody, I'm gonna save myself edict that they derive consciously, I guess, in themselves. I think it's non-conscious, but you see all those fighting age men, more Arabs and Chinese that came across that border. You can't even imagine the numbers because they haven't been telling you the truth. Those are commandos. For whatever's going to happen here, remember that little satellite thing that looks like the Mir space station, the Chinese, that flies over? They're always flying all over. Always. They have the capability using those to launch EMP pulses to shut things down, your cell phones, electric grids, and all that. And what's funny is you have all this land bought around military installations everywhere. Now, I'm not here to stop nothing. I'm just pointing it out to y'all, okay? Because I don't believe all y'all researched this stuff, and it's going to get a little hairy, but you have commandos. I'm not saying they're badasses, but you have the CIA and certain government entities who are armed themselves to work with these groups to fight against you. Now, I know you're going to keep going to your jobs until you see the parachutes releasing and the vehicles and squad and Hummers and everything pulling up. And you're going to realize those are not your people while you're working at your job at the hospital and at the factory and at the warehouse and the lug wrench, the lug tool, spinning it off the tire to change the tire, or rebuilding the carburetor, whatever it is you do. Not the hour, the day, the hour, nor the minute. Those are quotations from World War II, Vietnam, and all that. And here you sit on the precipice that nobody could just come directly attack us. But now if it happens within the walls, inside your doors, they are very aware of their losses. A lot of you won't be here. You'll be gunned down as you're running with your back towards them. It ain't about ethics or anything. It's about war. And so it's well known that this war will be a biological one. Well, who's controlling all the biological stuff? Would they find biological plants at? With agencies? California, New York. I know people in Texas who I've heard a number over the last couple of years. We're going to secede from the Union. And let me help you out with something, man. Everybody, you are not prepared because you didn't fight for the right things. You didn't stand up. The dumb racists are too arrogant in their own ignorant, made-up world. And then this was done. They knew what they were doing. They knew the consequences and the actions that would follow. To this point, they already had laid out computations in the 50s and 60s with the computers. Computers under the ground that were big as heck. They were much smarter than what you think. And they knew that 1 out of 100 chance before they would run, maybe even less. And they've worked and designed things. They silenced people who could have brought some awareness to some things. It wasn't crucial, but it was to show that the long reach of their tentacles is far and vast. I'm not going to sit there talking about y'all need to come and this, that, and other no more. I'm listening to this chat that I don't think none of you are hearing. Oh well. I'm going to continue to read, but what good is it going to do with people that don't know how to take the information and utilize it? No, last minute Betties. That's the term that we've come up with. Some women went and bought firearms, and I keep telling them to get a rifle. I know it's about fiat, but you see what they're trying to do right now. I mean, Connecticut. They stop people from being able to sell their rifles to the. Come on, man. This is not about the Constitution with these bastards, y'all. These people don't want you to know about Epstein Island and abuse and the murder of children, the underground tunnels where people hear their babies screaming before pop, 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 and they're, they don't want you to see the individuals who are capable. They've let you see that with the cartels and certain gangs. The problem is you don't have no idea what's encompassed you on your own land. You don't want to learn how to move as a unit, as a team together. Your ignorance supersedes anything logical. And yet you believe you're being ethical in your logic when there's no logic to be found in your ethics. You think this is a game? You've been watching everything play out. No, you want to wait until they tell you do not come outside over the loudspeakers when Hammers coming down the street in full regalia, full armored up personnel with equipment you've never seen, and you're going to be sitting there going, why didn't I listen? Oh well. Enjoy your little servitude and slavitude or your deaths, is all I got to say. Dragon fruit. Do y'all know how old? Let me pull it up first before I get into some of these things. I usually don't eat it. I really don't like it. And some people might say, well, why are you eating it? Shut up. Pitaya or dragon fruit. Pitaya is what I always knew up in the military. Dragon fruit is a native to the region of southern Mexico and along the Pacific coast of Guatemala, Costa Rica, and El Salvador. Serpent people, and y'all don't move like a nest of dragons. Some people thought this was Chinese. I was like, no. So I broke it down for somebody when I picked up a couple of these. Showed them how to look at it. You don't want it too soft. You want it ripe, though. The problem is, depends on where it's being cultivated, determines its sweetness. But it's not so much about the sweetness, it's about the mineral benefit. So we always think that everything's got to be good for the palate, like the information I share. I'm not saying it's facts or truth. I'm just saying, what is wrong with being wrong? No, it's something if you go and attack somebody. No, there's nothing right about that. But what's right with moving, changing, and then realize it's not that serious after a couple of years? Well, the whole plan is to make sure that we all die, and they got all the children where they need to be because this is a big game, and they want to see the outcome. They want to see the fighting. They have all the babies they need, and with all those babies missing, more than enough to circumvent a new reset. Oh, way more than enough. Yeah, why not have a little war, some destruction, cataclysmic, this, that, some waves and tidal waves and tornadoes that reach from the top all the way down without clouds or anything around. I mean, have y'all looked in Turkey with tornado and all of a sudden things are catching on fire with lights in it? Have y'all looked? I mean, there's so many things going on. But no, I know what you caught up with. I can dig it. Is it real? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me. What are the 7 P's? Hell, what are the 3 P's? I'm grateful for the people I know, the specialty rounds, the things that I did back in the 80s, even though I wasn't in belief, the things that I invent that I don't share, Yeah. How I know how to hide and do things even with the cameras and everything, even with your internet, being able to look at you in the room and digitally just create you moving throughout your place. Like echo sound, cardio, you know what I'm saying? That, and if you can't see, like the young man who passed away with cancer, who could actually see everything based on his vibrations or frequencies. Yeah, that's how the internet. No, y'all didn't know about that, right? It can, like, right, me sitting right here with the dragon fruit. It right now, it's looking at me move, probably in the digitized form. Well, of course, but it sees me when I move, when I take a poop, when I pee, everything I do. Oh, and I welcome it. Y'all gotta excuse me, because it can't watch me when I'm working with something, because I know some things. Who am I, right? I was able to sit up on TikTok last night with a wonderful friend, Ricky Carlisle. I love him to death. A young man I served with. I was a supervisor in the military. A couple of his friends come on. Good old country girls. Wonderful conversation. Beautiful people. I told them if they come over, be careful because of my videos, man. I'm cutting the rug. But they're not thin-skinned. Not easily offended. And they know how to correct you. Hey, well, you don't have to get offended. A lot of people today, you correct them because of their maliceness and fallacies, and they think that is all right what they're doing, and no, it's not. I remember that old saying. I think I said it before about when I was a kid, I played with toys, and when I became a man, I put away childish things. I've lived by that ethos all my life. Nah, comedy is comedy. Life is life. It's like children. You see these men wanting to be women, and they take these hormones and stuff, and they take certain pills. There's a whole lot of synthetic stuff, and then now they're lactating, and they keep taking it, and they actually have children, and they breastfeed these babies, and these babies are dying of heart attacks. But you don't see none of the big pharma or anybody saying, stop, don't do that, don't use that stuff, don't. No, the insanity, the mental illness, the corruption. I mean, people are starting to wake up and go, wait a minute, these professors, these teachers, surprisingly, a lot of professors have been leaving. Some of them did their job. No, not all professors are bad, but you know how it is when you think you're smarter than everybody else, and you follow the suit because the big cigar and the $4,000 bottle of wine and the $150 plate of food, and just sit amongst other Nobels and this, that, and the other. And there's an insanity that comes with that. Absolute power corrupts. But here you are in a world of separation, division, hate, malice, and envy, and zealousness. And you don't want to correct yourselves. I don't have to correct myself about nothing. Hell, I'm always down my apologies and this, that, and the other, when there's really nothing to apologize about. I just think it's quaint and it's polite. So what are y'all gonna do? Okay, I'm not telling you to do anything anymore. Hey, look, or express it with any desire for you to do anything. I don't have it. Kind of teetered out. You know what I mean? It was there. It was powerful. Hell, up to a day ago. I don't even feel it now. Man. And this is not like, remember, I don't want people to be all panicked and this, that, and other. I'm saying look beyond. If you refuse to look in yourself and allow yourself to unfold and develop and to ascend, good. If you haven't, well, oh well. C'est la vie. Because you know what the people always say. I don't know how to do it. You got so used to this, you don't even want to look in yourself to figure things out. You know, worm, silk cocoon, molts, changes or whatever, and then busts out the cocoon. And that's the first part that makes it strong. Then once it busts out, it's got to get them little slicky, nasty, tacky little things, them little stubs out, and let them fill full of blood, their fluid, and then flap based upon that string. Now they can go and find somebody, boom, 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 lay a bunch of seeds, die, and it can start all over again. You're greater than that, but you don't want to create your own little cocoon. That means get into your mental apparatus and start searching deep. I don't care if you feel like you're going crazy. You're about to hyperventilate and about to drop dead. DMT release, closer to the conscious, God conscious prism, the factors to allow yourself to start being relevant to see these things. I believe it might be a little too late. No, I'm not a foreseer of future. I see past events. I see things that are relevant into existence. I see other places. I have a story to tell, and I know how it ends. Yet, even that, because everything's going to end. Everything, literally, is going to end. Yet, you can go from 20 years to a quadrillion. Let me see here. Let me see. Let me see if this is even right. Oh, come on, man. Okay. It's not working. That's working, but it's not. There goes my girl. With her Crocs on. No, it's not pulling it up. Is that it? Okay. Let me see. I'm only speaking on this stuff because I find it very important. I mean, it's up to you. Like I said, everything is your choice and nobody else's. As an individual, it's one thing, but as a unit, imagine. No, you're Muslim, huh? Oh my goodness, the confusion. Flagration. I don't know. Unbelievable. Oh, I didn't even know it. It stuttered, huh? Anyway, I want to show y'all something, all right? And maybe you'll see what I'm talking about. Let me see. Somebody sent it to me that I know. And, you know, some things upset me and some things don't. Now, this is my stepdaughter, who I fought tooth and nail to protect. And I hope she's getting her life together. oh, God damn, they just, let me take it off the internet. They're really doing their little bit. You know, talking about the foods, certain abuses in the family, and certain things that happen. And when you come along to protect and clean things up, you got to remember when damage is done, if the person is not viable, they're not going to be receptive. It might be a physical reception that is eluded with things of the perverse of what happened. And when you deny that, then you get the worst part of it. So this is her, my stepdaughter, Ashley. Some of you might follow her because you know some of y'all are greasy and nasty. But I'm just messing with you. But all I ever pray, well, I guess y'all call it prayer, but the only thing I ever hope for is that she gets her life in line. And really, really it takes off in a very good direction. Yet, with everything that I've been discussing, I hope that she's around people who actually be of some protection and not take advantage. Because when things happen, a lot of you women don't be surprised at the things that are going to happen. Men's an unraveling beast, just like the woman. But when I've been overseas, let me tell you something. In this world we live in, when things go south, it gets bad. I mean, really, really bad. And people used to always get upset, man, why you not charging them, teaching that martial arts and boxing? You know, you come on. I'm teaching it to the children and women for free for a purpose. See, most people don't have a purpose. They think the purpose is to work, pay bills, eat, wash their ass, shits, piss, poop, and wash their ass. Stay cordial with family and so-called friends. That's not living. That's dictatorship that you're in. Because they subjugated you to believe that that's the extension or the extensiveness of what life is. When I'm going to the movie this weekend, I'm going out to the club. You got the bill, fight start. You know what I mean? Think about it. So if there's all this separation and division, because everybody has their own analogy on everything, or their own opinion, and you can't change that. Some people will sit there because, you know, they're always pessimistic when they think they're optimistic. Yeah, but you can't determine what somebody else. I'll shut the fuck up. Because sometimes people need to know and hear what the fuck is being said. And sometimes you need to tell them, but if you ain't want to listen, go the fuck over there with all them dead ass caskets and fill that motherfucker. That's all you need. Go. You know, live your life, motherfucker. Some people don't care about nobody else. Some people in their own ideology is, why even bother? How about you just shut the fuck up and live your little weird ass life, and I'll do what the fuck is meant for me to be done in this time. Because you don't actually know what the fuck you're supposed to be doing, so that's why you're so on the fence about shit, or just not on the fence. You think you know everything. I hate these people. I actually said the word, I hate these people. Because they're frugal and full of shit. And we all know them. Well, we know a bunch of them all over the place. All right. Bye, Ashley. I got on her hard because she had got a little provocative in some of the pictures she was taking, cosplay. And I just wasn't feeling it. And that really teetered her off, but she didn't say nothing retarded. And her mother didn't run to the defense for the first time. And because I care about what people do in the decisions when I know that they're easily affected by what people say. So wouldn't it be better to, at least even if you ignore it, say, hey, look, probably you shouldn't probably do that because you know how you take it when people are going to come across. Well, she's built up this armor because she's a big girl, you know, not fat. I mean, she's big, very, you know what I'm saying, boxer. And, you know, there's some people in Atlantic City and places like that, you know, though she's Puerto Rican Cuban, you know, skinny boys with the skinny jeans and all hanging off the ass, you know, you big girl. They just don't know how to deal with something like that, a woman like that. And the first thing is to be negative. Well, the good thing about Ashley, she's a fighter, so seriously. besides witnessing a lot of death and everything else, you know, whether it's been on our porch or wherever. And I keep telling the people, like, in this world, you have to be the better you. It doesn't matter what you think the better you is, as long as it's better than what you was yesterday. You know? I'm trying to find this other thing here. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to pull it up. What's that politician's name? Let me see. Yeah. That's not coming up. Was it? My apologies, guys. I was looking at some more of those. Let me see. Some more. That's some old stuff. I think it was North Carolina, Virginia, or somewhere like that, where they found some of those. Remember, we were looking at those statues yesterday. We were looking at the stuff, talking about the Carthaginians and Mesopotamians and all that. Well, for those, some of you might know, you might have seen posts or something people put up. I can't find them because I think they got rid of it. And I think the Carolinas, Georgia, all the way coming across where they found statues that resemble the same thing, with busts, curly froze, and all that. Taking them to Smithsonian and history, delete. But there's still papers and books out there alluding to these facts, like the cartouches and stuff, you know, the little, with the, people say Egyptian hieroglyph. That's not what it's called. Hieroglyphs, that's it. Okay? And I was really looking kind of hard last night for that stuff. I was like, man, I'm gonna find this stuff and I'm gonna find these pictures. I didn't keep them. My first Facebook account, that was totally deleted. I was so pissed off at Facebook with all this censoring and stuff. I said, man, and it says, if you don't say these, the cloud or whatever, you get rid of it. Ah, man, I don't want that crap. Oh, man, I should have saved them pictures. Because I thought, you know, in ignorance, years ago, 12 years ago or something like that, I felt like, or 10 years or something like that. Anyway, I felt like, you know what, I can always go in and find the pictures again. That's how I always looked at everything. They changing shit. As quick as they made everybody African American, they have gotten rid of history. It seemed like the moment that happened with these ignorant Negroes running around out here, don't know no better, they started cleaning stuff up. Oh, still can't find it. It was just it was doing the little blue thing in the middle. Let me see now. Okay. 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 Oh my God. It said Confederacy? Oh, So that's not the NBC. That was what, 2022. Laura Young, a Texas antique dealer, thought she had found a steal when she came across a stunning statue at a Goodwill store. It was an ancient Roman statue here in America. Okay. Because you got to remember now, there's bus museums in Britain, Sweden, France, all these different places. But when you want to go and find out the origin, they give you a one-way ticket, and it's not the truth. Let me see if I can find something here. Gosh. Anything to hide your history and to make you look like crap. Okay, where's it at? Okay. Excuse me. Head of Sargon. Excuse me. Ancient history, bro. And you would think British Museum. I want to find the pictures. I mean, you got to remember, this bus was found at a Goodwill store. The thing is it real? Now, you got to remember, Phoenicia was Semitic. Phoenicians. Okay? And they say Eastern Mediterranean. Well, you remember what they said about who writes the history, okay? You know, if they tell you this is the history of Phoenicia, give them all your attention. You know what's that saying? What's that saying? Believe half of what you hear and none of what you see. So even though I like to read a whole lot of stuff, I'm more aware of a lot more stuff. When you think about Troy Sidan and all those kind of stuff, and you get into all that nonsense that goes with it, the Sakar and all that kind of stuff, a lot of it's made up because it needs you not to know the truth. Because if you knew the truth, do you think that you would stand idly by and a lot of the things that's happening right now? Well, first of all, who would have the benefit of hiding the truth from you? The people that run around and claim to be Jews and they're not, but are the synagogue of what? Hashatan, right? They wrote that about the damn selves, didn't they? What game is that? How about Hashatan is one of those 600,475 how you write? 600,347, 600. I can't remember how the number goes, guys. It's 64. It was 64. It's complicated because it's a lot of information. Let me make sure I got it right, because I'm saying things wrong. It was 475, right? I think 155, right? Is that right? 60. No, that's way too much. 64 million. 64,475.15 thousand names. So Hashatan does it belong to a legions of certain individuals that are guiding them, who like watching this stuff, walk amongst you, hide in the shadows. It's just one more name, whether it be Nimrod, Incubus, whatever names. They're just other names to be used in a story to grossly sway people to believe in things that has nothing to do with what's going on around you. What was the 1,000 years added for? How about the fact that they're waking up too fast? And that even though they were able to quell and squash those individuals waking up, it still kept happening. So time had to be sped up. Think about it. I'm just saying, I'm just putting it out there for you to think about it. I'm not saying it's a fact. I always say research it, look at it. If you don't believe in it, good, cool. You know what I'm saying? What was that? Somebody just popped up. Excuse me. Oh, okay, we got a little goofball. Okay. Yeah, we got an agent who's been pressed to move ahead. Good. I like when they come in. Well, hey, what's going on, Chada? What's going on, beloved? What's happening? Cave, Illinois found a lot of stuff like that too, and they denied it was being historic. Oh wow, check that out. Wow, Rondo, what's going on, beloved? Herbo. It kept going in and out, y'all, and I had to keep tapping it too. Mikey Hill, what's going on, beloved? Oh, what's going on? What's going on, beloved? What's happening, families? Excuse me. Boy Davenport, T-Hans, what's going on, beloveds? What's happening? Whew, God, talk gas, bro. Drake Hobbs, what's going on, man? Yeah, I wanted to get right into this, so I didn't play your Kiramia. What's going on, beloved? How about? I just felt like this is important to discuss, and so it's good material to research and look into. And why? Because how many veterans a lot of veterans here, and we chat. I mean, we go outside and we look around because You remember in the 80s, they had the boom mic that can listen to you a block away. They got shit now that can listen to you in your house. You know, he's using some lotion to masturbate. I mean, they can hear me. Excuse me. I know it's low for those. That's why I didn't curse. But anyway, for those who believe in the word curse. And we have a way of talking that's more suggestive than actually saying everything outright. So we have a way to communicate. And I was sitting there like this. So I guess we knew it had begun, but people are aware. 95% of the military jabbed up a whole bunch of times. And they can remove that stuff as long as you're willing to cooperate. You know what it's like to think about you're about to die, and somebody comes along who created it and said, hey, I can offer you this, but check it out, you gotta make a contract. You don't have to believe that. You do not have to believe that, okay? But I think y'all are wise enough and intelligent enough to know exactly what I'm talking about, okay? Devil's in the details, right? It's taking forever to load, y'all. This is crazy, man. I think the internet is cracked. It's about to crack this whip, man. All right, it started loading. Anywho, I actually had this information up already. It's just way back. I've got rid of a couple hundred tabs, and there's thousands to go. But what I wanted to pull up was the fact that the young lady purchased the bust for $34.99. I think that the bust, regardless of what people are saying and what they profess with CNN, CNBC, and all that, and Cairo TV and all that stuff, I don't think it's real. Why would they go around destroying all the busts of the old Tartarian, right? And then all of a sudden have these mysteriously laying around? People don't understand. That's like when they said, no, certain people digging in their backyards have found things where there was old structures and homes they knew about. And those things people have kept, and some people have shared them. But a bus at a Goodwill, $39.45 or $34.95, whatever. You've got mountains out here. They're not mountains. I'm not talking about big mountains. I'm talking about what look like a mountain. It's not a mountain that we built. That are buildings and structures that were blown up, demoed, and then buried. I am serious. And trees and stuff planted on top, they're there. Because when people go and start working on their property and they get to digging, and they get them big backhoes and stuff, and they start pulling up all these big cinder blocks, and they're like, what? And it's happened. Look into it. I'm surprised that people don't look into this stuff. That's why I'm going to read to you. When we get book one, I'm going to start right off the back with Vladimir Serge, Anastasia. It's going to give you a different look at things, regardless of how you might want to perceive it. Remember, it's about puzzle pieces. And I know puzzles sometimes can be a hectified thing to put together. I've worked on a lot of big ones. But you got to find a corner. You got to save the eye pieces that you believe are eye pieces. If you got a fence in there or a home, a window, you build the corners, then you start building in and putting things where you believe they live. You know what I'm saying? And before you know it, you start putting it together until you get to two pieces that look the same. They look like they might fit in the same place, but they don't. There's a specific place they go. And when that's done, then you're able to put together the pie. The thing is, when you put together that pizza pie, that puzzle pie, however you want to look at it, them slices, right? You realize you don't have nothing to say. You realize you just gained something very informative. And what do you do with it? When you get that puzzle put together, that means you worked hard. So now, you know what I'm saying? You came out the cocoon and you flapped your wings. That's information that can't go nowhere. You got to share it. And with all the work you put into it, you'll know how to share it. You know, we have great storytellers, people wonderful at finding and digging up information and showing you truths. These people have been working and working, so things stand out. And so what they do is they continue to put together these puzzle pieces. That's the most beautiful thing. Instead of all the hate, the envy, and all the 7 deadly sins, if you want to call it that, all that's the miya'at, whatever you want to, however you want to circle the wagon. But you got to remember that even in doing this, there's Jannah, there's evil. And some people don't believe in nothing because they're beyond mental. And some of you have yet to deal with that. There are some sick people out here, sadly, for y'all. So anyway, I just wanted to share a little information. We're going to read. I'm going to finish my cassava and ganeo, my dragon fruit, and my watermelon. I'm going to sit back and relax for a little while. I'm not going to look at, read nothing. I'm going to actually turn the music off, the TV off, and sit back, turn that light off, and zone for a little bit. Y'all haven't seen bad yet. Some of you have been allowed to live comfortable, stress-free, supposedly. If you think that you're stress-free on an earth where everything is upside down, inverted, backwards and reverse, then you fooled yourself pretty damn well. You're stressed. You just haven't acknowledged it. I don't want you to acknowledge it. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it. If you keep other people from feeling that, tell them, teach them. Because not everybody is taking their life because of what they've done overseas or what they couldn't do. Some people are seeing things because of the trauma opens something up, and what they see is too much for them. Remember that too. Hey, Benji, what's going on, beloved? Hey, what's going on, Lacey Cooper? What's going on, beloveds? What's happening? All right, I said enough. I rolled on. I want y'all to really pay attention because we've already cleared that sector. All right. Maybe I'll do a podcast this evening. Original Lone Wolf's got a class he's giving them all, so I'm going to show them there. But maybe I'll do a podcast and I can bring people on and you can share your opinions, your views, what you've seen. It's not about hate and all. We talk about what you've seen. Don't get too crazy and carried away. No swearing, nothing like that. If I do this podcast tonight, I'll let you know right now. It doesn't matter who you are. If you've seen something seriously and you are peculiar about it, it's peculiar to what you saw, or you're curious about as to what it is you may have seen, maybe there's some answers, maybe there's not. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, it's funny how they have to say, if you see something, say something. If you see something and you're unaware, or if you know something, maybe I'll set it up and we can have that diatribe, all right? Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna finish eating this here and lay back and zone out for a little bit. Sisters, brothers, and I'll see y'all here shortly.